Welcome to 𝗏𝗂𝘀𝗻s TV, a division of 𝗏𝗂𝘀𝘀s Media and Broadcasting. "95% of our lives are run and created by our subconscious mind programming. Imagine if your subconscious mind is running many negative, disempowering, and self-sabotaging programs. How will that 95% of your life turn out to be? Would you like help to change your subconscious programming into something that works for you and set it to attract and create everything you desire? Join Tamra Oviatt in her show Metaprogramming and the Human Biocomputer here on 𝗏𝗂𝘀𝘀s, where she will connect to the source energy and change your subconscious programming by deleting your negative belief systems. Tamra is the founder of Sacred Activations, a subconscious metaprogramming modality that rewires your brain and shifts hundreds of your belief systems so you can break away from lack, pain, and suffering and take control of what you want to create in your life. Tamra has helped hundreds of thousands of people worldwide, and she is here to help you too. It's not about fighting what you don't want. It's about creating what you do want. And the only way to do that is to change and upgrade your subconscious programming. Let Tamra help you create magic in your world. Tune in every week at Metaprogramming and the Human Biocomputer.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the 𝗏𝗂𝘀𝘀 Show. I'm your host of this, Tamra Oviatt, founder of Sacred Activations. Today, we are going to be doing a public-private session, but I have a surprise for you. I am going to be recording a book, and it's my story of coming into this enlightenment and of me being a walk-in and getting comfortable with that and that whole process. So I was told it was time to really talk about this, which I haven't, except in my deep trainings and practitioner trainings, and only a few of them. I'm going to start. So the second half of the show, I'm going to share a story with you guys, and I'm going to continue to do that every week that I'm hosting until I'm done and we got the information for the book. Because as you guys know, I'm dyslexic, so it's much easier for me to talk to you, and to have a live audience to share a story with is big assistance to me to help keep me on track. I'm thankful that you guys are here. I'm thankful for everyone that comes on live. And if you are listening to this at another time, you can join in live if you would like. We do this on Zoom. So thank you, everybody, for being here. And I have Diana with me today for a public-private session. And we're going to do that. We're going to jump right into this. We're going to run some activations. And then when we take a break, we'll come back and I'll tell the story. Now, if you would like to be public-private session, email us. Let us know. And you're welcome to come on to the show and have a session. Just know it's shared with everybody. But when you're brave enough to do this, you have no idea how many people you're helping. Because people that are drawn to these calls and to listen to them, it's for them. And there's healing in it. So we're not going to just talk to her. We're going to change some deep-seated belief systems that have been controlling her life. And so we're going to get those out of the way so that she can really be in focus and create just such a higher vibration of life for her. And Diana is always here. And thank you, Diana, for showing up all the time. And I'm so happy you are brave enough to do a public-private session. So thank you, sweetheart. Debs, why don't you go ahead and let Diana in? So she's going to be joining us in just a second, and we're going to talk for a few minutes, and then I'm going to run some activations. Hi, sweetheart. So why did you want this session? What are you working on?
I have had a lot of physical and sexual abuse from my father, my mother, and my aunt from birth through age 23. And the thing that really made everything get pretty well, I tried committing suicide twice when I was little and it didn't work. And I just kept going, and I always kept trying harder to be what I thought they wanted me to be. The thing that's brought me more to desperation now is that I had a lot of sexual abuse. I'm 79 years old, and I had a lot of sexual abuse before answering machines were big in 1986 from someone who was terrorizing me on the phone anonymously. And I ended up gaining 60 pounds in just a few months because I didn't know who it was. And it took a year for the police to be able to catch the person, identify who it was. But it brought up a lot of other sexual abuse that I'd had over the years. And it then took the next 35 years for me to lose the 60 pounds. I just lost the weight last year, which I'm so grateful. And I also now live in a house that I own, and so I'm safe financially. And so now that I've gotten these two really secure things for me, I went blind. I got glaucoma, cataracts, and macular degeneration in both eyes, like almost overnight, within a matter of a few weeks. And I know it's energy related. And I felt like it was fear that I'm not supposed to have that much good stuff, and that it'll be taken away from me and I'll be punished in other ways too.
That's what you are being punished for it in other ways. We'll work on that. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Anything good that I got, that I worked hard for and got, my mother would take away from me. My father left us when I was 11 and lived 3 houses away from us, but refused to pay child support or send or see us. And so I was the only person in my junior high and high school who got free lunches. And in the 1950s and 60s, and my father had been the football coach, the head football coach in that school. So I felt I also was being punished for ever feeling proud of my father before, and feeling special because he was the football coach. Now he was the town drunk, and I was the one getting free lunches. So I've got a lot of messed up feelings and thoughts, and a lot of unworthiness in me that I've been working on for 42 years. And I really want to be able to see again. I'm an oil painter and portrait artist. I want to be able to see again and keep painting commissions and keep knowing I deserve to keep the good that I deserve and earn, and that I deserve to stay at the right weight now and keep my house and have good vision and be safe. That's enough. And I want to say also, my inner child is so grateful that you and these other people are hearing my story and that you're helping me.
Thank you, honey. We're all here happy to support you and help you through this.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I want to go back to your childhood.
Yeah.
So really, everybody, we all have stuff from our childhood. Go back to, 0 to 7. We're going to run that activation. And we're also going to run the activation for post-traumatic stress for sexual abuse. So if you were sexually abused or sexually abused someone else, this will help you either way. I'm gonna go ahead and mute you, honey, until I bring you back on. Suicidal thoughts. So 0 to 7, whatever happened as a child, any sexual abuse through your whole timeline. Anger and resentment. Family constellations. Inner child. Abandonment. Sorrow and sadness, also called Quan Yin, as she is the one that gave me this activation. Guilt, shame, blame, body armor, imposter syndrome, starving artist, fear of seeing the truth. Thank you, Leonard. Fear of the future. Lack, limitations. Fear of losing it all. Punishment, being punished for your beliefs or your feelings or your success. Victim, victimizer. Bleeding heart, healthy boundaries, not your doormat. Everybody just connect in the activations that are for you are running. So allow your thoughts to go wherever they go. Honey, don't worry about tapping. Just hold your energy and close your eyes. It's going wherever it needs to go, okay? I see you have some stuff on, bandages on and stuff. You got some stuff you're going, oh, you're in the hospital. So just bring yourself inside, okay? There you go. Just calm. You don't have to worry about it. Let's just let all this go. Diane, if you want, you can put your hand over your eyes. We'll be running organ rejuvenation. And wherever it is in your body that you're feeling pain or anything or fear, put your hand there. Just go inside. It's okay to cry. Somebody's asking, is there a clearing possible for taking on other people's energy and their physical, emotional issues? Yes, shaman believes, and then universal life's grid. So we're going to run that. If you're still on the physical healing, any area of your body, just keep your hands there. We're going to continue this energy. Oaths to suffer or sacrifice yourself for the sake of healing humanity. Yeah. So let all that go. Think about all of that, whatever that is for you. Yeah, narcissist abuse in relationships is covered by victimizer. Anger and resentment, rage. Panic attacks, overwhelm. Peace of mind. I'm also going to do hands-on healing for you, for your eyes, for your heart, wherever that is. You're going to feel my hands surrounding the organ and sending healing energy. Okay, connecting to Mother Earth. Peace of mind activation. Total body connection. Acceptance, love, peace, joy, happiness, abundance, health. Hey, bring your energy into Mother Earth. The synergy we did will continue working with you. How you doing, Diana? I don't know if I can unmute you, but I've asked you to unmute. Debs, can you help her with this? Maybe my thing's not clicking on it. Can you ask her to unmute?
I have.
Hey, I got it.
Okay, good. Hi, sweetheart.
Hi.
Hi, how you
It
doing?
took a long time for me to find the mute and find the little cursor.
That's okay,
Um,
honey.
I feel so much better. I feel really peaceful.
Good.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sweetie. I'm going to share some things I've never shared, and I'm excited about this. Yay. Anyways, we have so much going on. Make sure you're signed up on the website and get your free activations and get information about upcoming events. I'm going over to Egypt in November. As a matter of fact, I'm taking the whole month of November off. I'm going to Glastonbury, England for a week, and then I'm off to Egypt for 3 weeks. And I'm so looking forward to this. Anyways, I love you all. Come back after the commercial, okay? And we'll connect some more. Thank you.
Times TV. Imagine becoming a super influencer. Reinvent yourself, invest in your brand, and then manifest your success with a robust spheric approach. 𝗏𝗏times Media and Broadcasting offers a unique and multifaceted way to become the spiritual and conscious influencer you deserve to be by putting your message across our powerful platform with its proven record of integrity and excellence. Through our produced shows, 𝗏𝗏times offers the opportunity to become a social media TV personality, a radio show host, an 𝗏𝗏times magazine columnist, and a syndicated podcaster, all in one shot. By live streaming your show on 𝗏𝗏times TV and broadcasting it across the extensive 𝗏𝗏times radio and TV networks, you become more than a host. You become an ambassador and a force for positive change. 𝗏𝗏times. Open yourself to the possibilities. Do you want to go deeper into sacred activations, which is a subconscious meta-programming process? Tamra Oviatt is inviting you to visit her website at 𝗓𝗏𝗋𝗃𝗀𝗏 to sign up and get lifetime access to free 7 activations that you can listen to anytime you want or as often as you need. If you like what Tamra does and like to incorporate sacred activations into your life, she also offers live webinars, masterclasses, and practitioners training to further support your healing, manifestations, and expansion. There are hundreds of activations on her website that address different aspects of your life: money, health, relationships, intuitive abilities, and more. Head over to her website at 𝗓𝗏𝗋𝗃𝗀𝗏 and experience the magic of sacred activations. Thank you for listening.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. I'm going to talk to you guys and tell you a story. But you want to hear something really the water's been out for a couple days, but we have this big cistern or something like that. So we didn't even know it until yesterday morning because we ran out of water. But we gotten our showers in and everything. So that was really cool. And then we didn't have it yesterday. And then this morning, I needed to take a shower and it started working again. So I jumped in and I took a shower. And then it started getting really weak when I was done. So I made sure and rinsed out my hair and stuff. And now the water is not working again. So I was laughing and my husband's all, that was lucky. And I said, no, honey, that was skill. So I turned on my water so I could take a shower. Isn't that funny? They're working on the whole city. But as I promised, and I'm just, anyways, I'm a walk-in, and there was 2 souls in this body since I was 3 until 2018, and one's left, and it's my higher self. And of course, this was all agreed upon. But I want to share the story for my book. They've been asking me for background information and stuff like that. So, and I've been very clearly told that I have to share this information. And previously, I've only shared it in certain practitioner trainings and not public. And I had a talk with my husband yesterday because he helps me, but we don't talk about this stuff. He's very 3D. But yet he helps me in my business. So I sat down yesterday in his office and I said, honey, you know, I'm going to be writing some stuff and saying some stuff that you're not familiar with. But I was told it was time. And so him in his business way said, honey, I don't read that stuff. I just help you for people what you're saying. So don't worry about it. And I said, okay, thank you. And I haven't talked to him about this because that's not where his consciousness is. But he's very intuitive and he blows me away with some of the things he says. And he's such a support to me. And I'm so thankful to have him in my life. Somebody asked me the other day if I believed in soulmates or twin flames. And I said, no, that's a bunch of crap. I don't think so. And then him, oh boy, is he my twin flame. So yes, I totally believe now. Anyways, so to start with this book, childhood. My mother was 18 when I was born and I was her third child. She was married to my dad. And I remember being 3 years old and standing in the kitchen and looking around at everybody. And I knew what everybody was like. I remember looking at a person, this person is this, and this, right? This person is this, and this. And I had their whole story and what they were like. And I remember when this happened when I was 3 years old. And while telling this story, which I'm going to be doing over the next several weeks, is I'm going to be popping back and forth because now there's two beings in the vessel. So all my memory is of all of it, but it still is going to be flipping back and forth in the transmission of the story. So that's what happened at 3 years old. It was a big, huge thing. I grew up in a Christian. My grandma was very, very religious Christian. And so my mom would take us to church. When I was about 4 years old, my mom had a baby after her divorce and put him up for adoption because in those days you couldn't have a child out of wedlock. So, and then my mom got married later and had 2 more children. So I was raised with 7 of us in a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. They had money to pay their bills and food was spaghetti or beans most of the time. And so that was the environment I grew up in. And it was, I wasn't really present most of it. I mean, when I look back on it, I just really wasn't even in my body. And I remember being in the 5th grade and all I could hear the teacher say was wah, wah, wah. Seriously, didn't even hear her or what she was saying. And I just remember being out of body and floating around. I mean, these are my memories of course I have some other ones of my childhood, but that was just so present. And then when I was in junior high school, this girl had a sleepover, a slumber party. And I went and we started doing a seance and I took over. Don't ask, I grew up in a Christian household, but I knew how to do the seance. And I took their hands and we did the seance and we said, Spirit, if you're with us, have all the dogs in the neighborhood bark. And all the dogs started barking. And then I said, and there was a huge house. It had like 3 bathrooms in it. So to me, that was huge, right? So I said, have all the toilet seats closed. You hear bam, bam, bam in the house. And they closed. And so we continued the seance and did these things. I don't know how I knew all of that. You know, it was just such a strange thing that had happened. And then while I was growing up, my Uncle Tim got cancer in his throat, and the hospital wouldn't do surgery on him because he didn't have insurance. Yeah, our hospital's lovely in the United States, seriously. So the church prayed for him and he healed and the cancer disappeared. And that was really cool. So I remember seeing that. And when I was 18, years old. I was dating this guy, and we're supposed to go on his motorcycle on this picnic by this lake. And it was this big plan for the day, right? His big date that he was taking me on. And I kept hearing not to get on the bike over and over and over and over again. Gee, I wonder who that was. So, and so I argued with him about it, that let's take the truck instead. And so I ended up going on the bike, but I wore a helmet. And in those days, you didn't have to wear helmets. They weren't required. So I wore a helmet, and on the way back from our picnic, we slid out in some sand on a guardrail, and I landed on the guardrail, which are these metal, they're metal, you know, they're hard. And it broke the helmet, and I was bleeding from my mouth and stuff. And he thought I was dead. I mean, it would knock me out. And I remember waking up in the hospital with this baby crying. And that's what pulled me out of where I was. I wasn't listening. And look what happened, because I didn't listen. And if I didn't wear the helmet, I'd be dead. I had multiple contusions. I have a scar up to here. I got a scar here. I knocked out a tooth. You know, I broke a finger. I mean, I was really banged up, and I had to eat everything out of a straw for probably a month. I remember my cousin making me chicken soup and putting it in the blender. It was really gross, but it was good too. But it was because I wasn't listening. And we all have that inner voice. We all have that connection. I mean, I get there was two souls here, but it was a constant conversation. I thought everybody had that. I had a constant conversation going on. And I would pop back in between the two. So, so at 19, I had this cat. Her name was Torpedo. And she was a skinny cat, and she got really sick. She was really bloated up like a football. And I didn't know what to do for her. So I said, God, what do I do for my cat? And I heard, put your hands on her and pray. So I did. And the next morning, she was fine. She was walking around like nothing ever happened. It's like the whole thing never even happened. And it blew me away. And it was like, whoa. And I never told anybody about that, except my grandmother, because my grandmother was very loving and unconditional loving. I mean, my grandmother was amazing. She was very Christian in her box of that Christianity. She was very intuitive too. I mean, later in life, she was a diabetic and she had gone blind. I come to the door to visit her without letting her know I'm coming over. And as soon as I get to the door, I'd hear, Tammy, is that you? She knew it was me there. I mean, my grandmother was magical and beautiful and unconditional love. And I remember being a child wanting to be like my grandmother because she was so beautiful. Sorry, I'm just feeling the energy. Yeah, how did you balance conversations within? I didn't. I was all over the place. We'll go into that later. I was pretty wild too, before sacred activations. I don't know which part that came from, but I've definitely had a lot of fun in my life. We're going to stop this here, you guys. That was all I was prepared to talk about today. I have to leave here at 11 and I have to talk to my assistant before I leave. So I only have 10 minutes. I want to thank everybody for joining in today. Next week, we'll be doing, I think I'm hosting next week. We'll be running more activations, of course, and share more of the story with you until I get what I need to get it down. So thank you again, everybody, for joining in and sending you all lots and lots of love. And if you came in at the last minute, make sure you go back and listen. Oh yes. I didn't get to do a live because we had to cancel Tariff because he had an emergency. So I interviewed a friend of mine that I've known for 27 years. She was the first psychic I ever met. And she's absolutely incredible and amazing. So go back and listen to that interview. And if you need some special help with healing, reach out and connect with her. She's absolutely incredible. She really is. Anyways, you guys, I love you. Have an absolutely beautiful day. And I'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks.